In a world grappling with the scourge of terrorism, one voice rises above the chaos, offering a powerful and unequivocal condemnation of violence in the name of Islam. Shaykh-ul-Islam, Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri's groundbreaking book, Fatwa on Terrorism and Suicide Bombings, shatters the myths and misconceptions surrounding this complex issue.
Warfare, if any individual or any group of individuals takes up arms and stand killing the people, maybe in enemy lands, that would be regarded as terrorism, and this cannot be regarded as jihad.
Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri.
A fatwa by Dr. Tahir-ul-Qadri against terrorism.
Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri is a respected Muslim scholar who's written through...
Go and listen to Shaykh Tahir-ul-Qadri, one of Pakistan's most famous Islamic scholars, who published a 600-page fatwa condemning the killing of all innocents and all suicide bombings unconditionally without any ifs or buts.
Welcome to the book review. The book begins by explaining the meaning of Islam, emphasizing its focus on peace, security, and protection. It then delves into the sanctity of human life, the rights of non-Muslims in an Islamic state, and the permissibility of armed struggle against Muslim rulers. Shaykh-ul-Islam argues that the Quran and Sunnah prohibit harming innocent people regardless of their faith or background. The book also explores the historical context of terrorism, examining the beliefs and actions of the Kharijiyas, an extremist group that emerged in the early Islamic history. Shaykh-ul-Islam demonstrates how their ideology and actions contradict Islamic teachings. The book concludes with a call for peaceful social and political struggle, emphasizing the importance of dialogue, education, and mutual respect in resolving conflicts. Shaykh-ul-Islam's arguments are strong and valid, rooted in a deep understanding of Islamic text and tradition. He meticulously cites relevant Quranic verses, Hadith, and scholarly opinions to support his claims. For instance, when discussing the sanctity of human life, he quotes the Quranic works, chapter number 5, ayat number 32, which states that killing an innocent person is akin to killing all of humanity, underscoring the gravity of such an act in Islam. The evidence presented is of high quality and reliability. Shaykh-ul-Islam draws upon a wide range of sources, including the Quran, Hadith, and works of renowned Islamic scholars from various schools of thought. He meticulously cites these sources, allowing readers to verify the authenticity and accuracy of his claims. For example, when discussing the prohibition of harming non-Muslims, he cites a hadith in which the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever kills a non-Muslim under treaty will not smell the fragrance of paradise, even though its fragrance can be smelt at a distance of 40 years. Shaykh-ul-Islam's writing style is clear, concise, and persuasive. He presents complex Islamic concepts in a way that is accessible to a wide audience. His tone is objective and balanced, avoiding the polemical and inflammatory rhetoric often found in discussions on terrorism. For example, when discussing the Kharijites, an extremist group in early Islamic history, he presents their beliefs and actions in a factual manner, allowing readers to draw their own conclusions about their deviation from the Islamic teachings. The book's overall impact is substantial. It provides a powerful counter-narrative to extremist ideologies that attempt to justify violence in the name of Islam. By grounding his arguments in the Quran, Sunnah, and scholarly consensus, Shaykh-ul-Islam effectively dismantles the intellectual and religious foundations of terrorism. For instance, he challenges the notion that suicide bombings can be considered martyrdom in Islam, citing hadiths that explicitly condemn suicide and those who commit it. The book's significance lies in its potential to foster a more peaceful and tolerant understanding of Islam. By clearly delineating the boundaries of legitimate action in Islam, Dr. Tahir-ul-Qadri's work can help to counter extremist ideologies and promote a more harmonious relationship between Muslims and non-Muslims. It also serves as a valuable resource for Islamic scholars, students, and policymakers, providing a more comprehensive analysis of Islamic teachings on violence and terrorism. In conclusion, Fatwa on Terrorism and Suicide Bombings is a powerful and timely work that makes a significant contribution to the fight against terrorism. By grounding his arguments in the Quran, Sunnah, and scholarly consensus, Shaykh-ul-Islam effectively dismantles the intellectual and religious foundations of terrorism. The book's clear and persuasive writing style, combined with its wealth of evidence, makes it a valuable resource for anyone seeking to understand the Islamic perspective on violence and terrorism. So, I highly recommend Fatwa on Terrorism and Suicide Bombings to anyone interested in understanding the Islamic perspective on violence and terrorism. This book is particularly beneficial for students, researchers, policymakers, and general readers seeking a clear, comprehensive analysis of Islamic teachings on this critical issue. While the book provides a strong counter-narrative to extremist ideologies, readers may also want to explore alternative perspectives that address the root cause of terrorism, such as political and economic grievances. By considering these additional viewpoints, readers can develop a more nuanced understanding of the complex issue of terrorism. That's all from me. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.